And just like that, it's been 20 years since we've done a video. Welcome back to Sparky Built. Time for an update. Last you guys saw, we were working on the Cougar, right? We're always working on the Cougar. All right, so we got this thing wrapped up. Boom, it's there. We've spent the last little bit working on the Holley, on the wiring in the car and all that. I think that's kind of where we left off. It's still a mess. Holley's tucked up in there where the radio goes. Car runs okay. So now it's time to take this thing on sick week. We're loading up right now. Got all our tools, got a jack, impacts, hand tools, chairs. This tiny spot for 3 suitcases. And in the meantime, we've been working on my dad's 46 Ford. Had every intention to show you guys the 46 Ford. I even did an intro for it right here. Look at him doing all the work down there. On today's episode of Sparky Built, we got a 1946 Chevy Style Master. Can we run and drive? Make it run and drive and get home? No, that's why we have a trailer. So, as you see, I was going to do a video on that. I don't know what happened. I got no excuse. But if you follow us on Facebook or any of the other stuff, you've seen updates on it. Boom, there this thing is. Sitting out in the weather right now. Pretty cool car, though. We've done a Mustang 2 front suspension. It's a little lower in the front than we want, so we're going to raise it back up a hair. This thing has a completely custom 4-link under the rear. Oh, can't see it, but it's there. The exhaust. We got wiring to wrap up on this one. And we're gonna do repair on the floor pans, carpet installation, you know, all the good stuff. And then once we're driving it, we'll go back to the bodywork and paint. Check this thing out. Good old Chevy. Got the great springs on it, see? The head boppers 9000s. Bop. We're in Texas. It's been raining. The weather's lovely. Not really, not at all. It was freezing one week, raining the next, torrential downpours, you know, blah, blah. So everything's nice and soaking wet right now. So what do you do when that happens? Of course, you load everything in your car and you head to Florida. Y'all ready?
Ready.
14-hour first leg?
We'll see.
How's that back seat?
I don't know yet.
We're gonna find out, huh? All right, we're about to get loaded up in this car. If you guys can even hear what we're saying. We're heading out to Florida. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, check back in. We're gonna try and do a video every day this week, if not every other day. We're gonna do some content at the track, see if we can pick up on some of the cool races going on there. All right, peace. We made it 20 miles. 20 miles. How's that back seat?
Good.
But our tires are not loving us right now. I decided to take the shackles off this thing the other day, thinking it looked cooler lower. I should have left it shackled up. So now we're going into the parts store to see if we can find some more shackles for this thing. Shackles here. We're gonna head down. Next stop is in Beaumont. I think Advanced has them. What are we doing, Anthony? Somebody locked the door. Knowing you can't lock the doors on the Cougar.
Do I have a hole in my pants? No hole?
No hole.
Seatbelt going.
All right, we're at Advanced. We're gonna try for stop number 2. It's eating up the tire good on this side, but I think we'll be good. Let's go see if they have a Slim Jim and some leaf springs. All right, doors fixed. No more climbing in and out. We shackled up like big dogs. Climb in, boys. Let's see how bad we are. think we'll be all right. I got 2 more spots we can go up if we need it. We're gonna give this a go. We finally made it. We only had to stop 3, 4, 27 times to jack up the car. And then we waited in tech line for sick week racers, even though we're in the sick ward. And then I forgot the registration in the car, but we're here.
Look, there's old man.
That's Tom Bailey. That's together. That's sick week. This is that Grand National, I bet. That one that's got the badass V6 in it. That's a cool car though.
But the guys at Motion Raceworks originally built in 8 days. We'll face off here against Cole Sammartino. Sammartino in the turbocharged LS powered Nova. He is on the 235 small tire. 2004 to 2006 GTO left side, and a 70 to 73 second gen Camaro. I can't tell what year it is exactly, but if I was going to take a guess, based on the rear spoiler, I would say it's a 71 to 73. Originally was red with black on the front of it, and then he put it on its lid and crashed it at Hot Rod Drag Week a few years ago. Almost thought it was going to be totaled. He decided to go ahead and rebuild the car completely. He flip-flopped the paint scheme, and it has been record-setting and winning ever since. Right now, Matt Moore is hanging on to the low qualifying spot, if there was such a thing, in the 235 class. He went 477. That is his best run by a lot. Last year, I believe he went 496 at Rocky Mountain Race Week. Adam's nodding his head, so that means hopefully my math is correct, and it's within a fudge factor for sure. It was our very first 4-second run on Rocky Mountain Race Week, and of course, we run DAs that are nearly 5 figures. So he was able to do that at Pueblo Motorsports Park in the heat. It wasn't at night, but it was hot. But check out the Volkswagen in the left lane. This thing typically a wheels-up launch to some like 10-second ETs. So alongside a clean-looking third-gen Camaro. No information on that one as of yet. Oh, once again, look at that. It's kind of somewhat restricted for a mullet. I don't think that's full Florida man mullet. I think that is.
That's a Michigan man
getting
mullet.
there. Yeah,
That's
correct.
a Michigan man mullet for sure. He's working on it.
Yep.
He's still just a kid.
So this is a real deal 2021 Durango Hellcat. So they made, I want to say, a little north of 3,000 of them, and one of them got plucked for some tire enhancements. This car has run in the mid-sevens. It is a Gen 3 Ripple supercharged Hemi. And Tom has definitely had his teething pains with this car because his other two cars These cars were quite popular for bracket cars because of the short wheelbase and lightweight, and since then, you don't see too many of them. But Brian does some pretty epic wheel stands, and I'd like to add some pretty cool trailer burnouts as well. Yes, he does. This thing carbureted LS, and it runs on an E85